Well, I have had a good experience with this band. Growing up, I wasn't sure about their vocals. They're a little higher, a little more emo than I'm kind of uh was at the time, but I'm like finding in my journey in music as a current listener today that I can go back and listen to a lot of music I hated growing up with and actually be able to really get into it and appreciate the things that I couldn't appreciate when I kind of was a little bit of a gatekeeper, a little bit of a purist. I struggled with, uh, that I would accepting different kind of styles of music, and took me a little while to come back and evaluate, appreciate music that came across my path during the early 2000s into mid 2000s and so on. So, with that being said, uh, I really have never listened to a full album of this band. I've only kind of cherry picked a couple key songs, and this album was a big surprise for me because I was I really appreciated how it did a lot of different things. It visited a lot of different kind of uh, moods, a lot of different kind of you know dynamics. Some from a soft song to a sing along to a hard aggressive screaming track to back to an acoustic kind of just kept a good pace. Great album, full of variation and change ups. This offering from Coheed and Cambria, Cambria, it's a hard word name to say. Coheed and Cambria
Hmm.
traverses the musical landscape. So it kind of stopped off along the way to deliver some great sing along choruses. Specifically, Searching for Tomorrow, Someone Who Can, um, Corner of My Confidence, Goodbye Sunshine, Play the Poet, and Mercy, Mary of Mercy. Those were all like some of my favorite sing along choruses, some of the best choruses of the album. So I'll start with my standout tracks. My standout tracks were Searching for Tomorrow and Someone Who Can. That's a 10 out of 10 for me. Those were my two number, uh, top tracks, 10 out of 10. Just Searching for Tomorrow had just amazing instrumentation. It really did a good job of switching gears, changing up the kind of composition where 1 minute it's doing this, then it just breaks down, then it goes back to an amazing chorus, and just has everything going for it in the realm of a song that keeps you interested and doesn't overdo anything too much. And then, I mean, obviously, Someone Who Can, that's an absolute just great song. It has a good dance feel, upbeat, good feeling, great melodic layering, the whole thing. It really is a great song that I showed some people that who aren't really big into other types of music, and they were really appreciative of it. So that's my 10 out of 10s. Then I'm going to go to my almost there category, which is 9 out of 10, which is Corner My Confidence. This was a nice little, like, almost felt like it could have been a folk country song. I appreciate that. And I think like it had a nice touching addition to this album. Very simple, but very effective song with great melody and just a great kind of vocal delivery. This guy has the ability to really have a sincerity to his voice amongst the highs and the different things he does in this album, including the lows, which he does some kind of like curveballs there too. So uh, yeah, there's just a great use of musical layering and melody throughout this album to bring the atmosphere, and that brings me to my next songs. I call these my close calls. They're 8.5 out of 10. Goodbye Sunshine, Blindside, Sunny, and Play the Poet, which I thought were the same song when I was listening to this album while like washing my dishes. It went from one song into the next, and I didn't realize they were different. I thought they were just the same. And when that like Play the Poet has like a great chorus to it, but Blindside Sunny is just straight aggressive, kind of just kind of some interesting vocals that are very raspy and very, I didn't expect, but definitely an interesting kind of the two songs back to back really play off each other. And then One Last Miracle's also an 8.5. And those were like all right up there and really enjoyable songs. Did a great job of creating some mood, and overall just diversity in tracks. So yeah, and then like we come down to my 8 out of 10, The Father of Make Believe, as well as Mary of Mercy. Father of Make Believe, once again also delivered that mood, that atmospheric qualities to it. Um, it was a very cool song to listen to while driving, and it kind of does some cool things with the layers of melody throughout this track. Lots of things going on. Great musical kind of vision. I mean, and just to put the note on the table there, the production of this album was fantastic. I mean, what a great um, like ability to give clarity to the different voices in a song without really selling out to one over the other. It is a little vocal forward. I kind of wish some of those guitars were um, more in the front on some of the songs where they kind of feel like they're there, but they're not super, um, you know, hot, forward enough that I appreciate more of their qualities. They seem like they're kind of buried a little bit, but not in any bad way. Just I am a instrumental over vocal person in general, so I will generally feel that way about a lot of albums I listen to. And then we got some of our 7 out of 10s. Most of the songs at the end of this album are 7 out of 10 for me. They were all pretty, basic. Nothing bad, but nothing really that grabs you. Nothing super memorable. So, The Continuum, Welcome to Forever, The Flood, Tethered Together, Yesterday's Lot. Those were all pretty much 7 out of 10 for me. Not bad. It's just they don't really stick with you the way these other songs do. And then one of the worst songs on the album was the last song, the So It Goes. I gave that a 5 out of 10. That it really just felt like unnecessary, and I could have done without it. So, but one of the interesting, actually, and I think it was Welcome to Forever, which sounded almost like Avenged Sevenfold meets like Fallout Boy style wise. It had some interesting heavy tones coming through on it, but it would just come like come right back into like some the emo element. But it's like this album had some weird turns to it. I really appreciate because it didn't stick to like the typical course that you expected it to. It did a couple little surprises. Um, and then it definitely drew. Some of this album definitely drew from that pop punk emo style, like Goodbye Sunshine, Mary of Mercy, Searching for Tomorrow, etc. Sometimes overall, I appreciate that they were able to do that. Sometimes I wish they had gone heavy more, but I think it fits right in with their style. And overall, I think it was a fantastic job on this album. I initially gave it an 8 out of 10, and with a 0.5 bonus, or a point 0.5 bonus, as an entire body of music that paced well, felt good next to each other, uh, sat well in the list, and brought a good momentum. So yeah, like I really enjoyed this album. I came back to it several times, was playing it, and adding it to lists of music that I like. So ultimately, this was an 8.5 out of 10 for me. I really loved this album, and I can't wait to continue to like listen to it, and also dive back into some of their music that I just haven't fully been experiencing.